Y'all feeling good? I know it's rainy in St. Louis. Here in St. Louis, it's pretty rainy out here. It rained on me this morning, but rain is good. Anytime we this late in June, midsummer basically, and we're still getting rain. It's not 100 degrees. I am not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining. Definitely not complaining. So we wait another few seconds. If people want to come on this morning, we'll give them an opportunity. Glad you're doing awesome. Glad you're doing awesome. Glad you're doing good. So yes, I'm excited about this week, starting this week off. We try to come in and encourage each other. Um, well, you need to wake up, Devet, wake up. You sleepy? Well, you here. Hopefully this little video wakes you up a little bit, and we'll wake each other up with some good insight. Um, Good insight. Today last week we talked about some shortcuts, and then we ended the week talking about endurance, and enduring the process. And I think that's a very good segue into this week. I really want to talk about being wise. I want to talk about wisdom today. And so let's go ahead and get started. So my question is how can we become wise? What is wisdom? How can we become wise? How can we become wise in any area of life? In any area of life, how can we become wise? And um, I like this. It's a process, right? We talked about enduring the process, enduring the process. So yes, it's raining here as well. Enduring the process, and so this is why this lesson was very good with ending off last week talking about enduring a process, because wisdom is a process. Wisdom has to be acquired, and so my understanding of wisdom is a threefold process. It's a threefold process: information, comprehension, and application. So you have information, you have comprehension, and then you have application. And so simple enough. Information, comprehension, application. Wisdom is the result of those three things. Now, where it's all over, right? Not so fast, right? And I often have to tell myself, good morning, Jake. Good morning, everybody coming on. I always have to tell myself that it is a process. Wisdom is a process, because I don't know about you, but a personality trait of mine is impatience. A personality trait of mine is impatience. So I like to acquire things fast. Things are worthy of value. Things that have value, worth. I want to get it as quick as I can. I want to get it as quick as I can. How many of you guys are like that? You like to get things quick. You like things to be expedited, things to be, fast. You don't want things to take forever. And so, but the problem with that is concerning wisdom is a process. It comes through a process, right? And so there's a process to becoming wise. And contrary to people's beliefs, wisdom, you don't have to go through hell to be wise, right? Contrary to people's belief, contrary to our belief, sometimes we think we got to go through all these bad experiences to become wise, and that's not true. I don't believe that's true. Also, you're not guaranteed to be wise if you go through hell. If you go through all these different things, we're not guaranteed to be wise if we go through hell. If we go through all of these experiences and rough things, that doesn't guarantee wisdom either. So wisdom isn't guaranteed if you go through all these different bad experiences. And also, we don't have to go through all these bad experiences to be wise. So those are two things we have to debunk when it comes to wisdom. Yes, it's a process, but I don't have to go through hell to be wise. I don't have to go through all these different bad experiences to become wise. I don't have to make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake to be wise. And also, I'm not guaranteed to be wise if I go through a bunch of bad stuff. Okay. Good morning, Greg. And so this is something I really want to debunk, because that can create this false narrative in our conscience that, or I got to go through all these bad things if I want to be wise. If I want to be wise, I got to go through the fire. No, we don't have to go through all of this fire, all of these hard things just to become wise. I don't have to fall on my face, every day for 20 years to be wise and to finally get it. I simply need to respect the process of it. And so, I asked the question Friday, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? And so, if you want it, how bad you want something is proven by your willingness and your ability to endure the process of whatever that thing you're chasing, whatever it is you're chasing. How bad you want it is your ability to endure the process of it. And so, because see, I see wisdom as a precious treasure. Wisdom is like a treasure to me. It's like a precious treasure. And a treasure is anything of value, anything that's highly prized, anything of great value. That's what I see as wisdom. Wisdom is something that's so valuable in any area. And so I have 6 keys, right? I have 6 keys on how to become wise in any area. How to become wise. It's a process, a 6-fold process. And actually, at the end, I'm going to add the 7th. Okay, and I'll give you a real good a good understanding is humility starts and ends the process of wisdom. Humility starts and completes. I mean, not say end. It completes the process of wisdom. Humility starts and completes the process of wisdom. Okay, and so the first thing, number one, humility. Humility will start this process. It's 7-fold. I'll just go ahead and say 7. 7 keys, seven keys to becoming wise in any area. Humility starts it and completes it. It opens and it absolutely closes this process. It opens and closes it. So number one is it requires humility. Humility has to be humility has to be the number one thing when you're talking about becoming wise, because we said information, comprehension, application. So information, before we receive information, before we acquire information, I must, number one, be humble enough to know that I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. We don't know what we don't know. And guess what? That's okay. Nobody knows everything, right? So I have to first realize I don't know what I don't know. I don't have all the knowledge in the world. I don't have it. I don't have all the information about every single thing in life. I don't have it. And that's the first key. That's the first key of being humble enough to understand and to know, man, you know what? I don't know. That's what's going to open the door to information. Because if I don't believe that, if I don't understand that I don't know something, then I'll never go acquire the information. So to get the information, I must first realize I don't know this. I need insight. I need information. What is the information? And then number 2, now I seek the necessary information, right? In whatever area of concern, I must know I don't know all the information that there is to know on this area. So now I seek that. And so now I seek this necessary information concerning whatever area of need. Seek means to go in search of, like you go on a quest. You go on a quest for something. You're searching out. That means you don't have it. So I got to go out. I have to go out of myself. I have to go out of myself and go on a quest. I have to go on a search. This is crucial for information to be acquired. I got to go out. I have to go on a search. I like this too. It says to try to discover by searching or questioning. And I like that word discover. It means something's covered, right? And you want to discover it. You want to discover. You want to uncover it. So it's covered up and I need to take the cover off to see what it is. But guess what? I have to go after it. I got to go after it to discover something, to take the cover off, And so now, remember, it started off with humility, and humility opens doors. Humility opens doors. So the humility started the open door to going after the information. I don't have the information, so I'm humble enough to understand that. Now the door is open to the information. Now, once I acquire the information, now I must humble myself to receive the information. I got to humble myself to receive it. Again, this requires humility because sometimes our search for information can prove that our preconceived ideas, our predisposed ideas are wrong, or they may be wrong. So because it's impossible not to have an idea about something. You know, it's like, oh, what do you think about this? You know, we said a lot. I have no idea, but actually, we have some type of idea. We just maybe don't want to share it, or it may not be an educated idea. And a lot of times, that's why we say I don't have any idea, because our idea might not be educated, but we do have some sense of idea about something. So I must humble myself to receive this information. And sometimes my preconceived idea or preconceived notion towards some information, it might be totally misguided or miseducated. And so now I got to humble myself to receive this, to take it in. You know, sometimes we want something and then we find out. You ever had somebody ask you something? They ask you information and then you give it to them and then they like, well, I don't believe that. You know, they don't want to receive it, right? That's why it takes humility to receive it, because sometimes you may not like the information you've gotten. It may debunk what you've been doing for so long, thinking something was right, and now you get this information and you find out, man, I was wrong all that time. It takes humility to receive that type of information. It takes humility to receive that. You know, and this is what can happen. Sometimes we can think something is right, or even let's just say it is right, but there's a better way. And so I must be humble to receive this new information and say, man, my way was good, it worked, but this way is better, it's more efficient. Okay. And so now, this humility, after you have gotten this information, the humility to receive it now opens the door to comprehension. And so the fourth step is comprehension. Comprehension, you work to comprehend the information. This is the why of the process. And I love this. This part is crucial. The why of a process is crucial because it's so highly important, because if you don't receive the knowledge information, you probably won't be able to understand the why of it. And we have to get to asking the question why more often, because the why is everything. It's one thing to know how, it's another thing to know why, right? That why is crucial, because that why is the comprehension part. It is the part that understands this information. Okay, how to lose 20 pounds. Oh, well, you need to run. Run? Okay, that's information, but I need to know why. Why do I need to run? Or why do I need to eat this certain type of food? Or why do I need to eat this at this time of day? Why not that time of day? This information is crucial, and we have to humble ourselves to open up, receive the information, and now that opens the door to us having comprehension. And now that we can comprehend, the why is crucial. Shout out to Dr. Johnson, Dr. Keith Johnson. He came about a month ago. That was Mother's Day weekend, and he was talking about how we lose our why as adults. We grow so routine that we lose our why about things. See, a kid is always asking why, and he was pointing that out. A kid always says, "Well, why? Well, why?" And it frustrates us as parents or adults. We get frustrated when a kid is always asking why. But what they're doing is they're building a part of their brain that can understand what is. What is said, okay, I heard what you said, but why? And so now they're able to go through life. They're actually learning. They're in their growth stage. So they're learning. They're trying to accomplish and acquire different knowledge. And it's not enough to acquire knowledge without understanding the why part of that knowledge. Why is this knowledge so? Don't touch that pot. Why? Because I said so. Well, because you said so, that might shut your child up, but that's not going to give them the understanding of why they can't touch that pot. Well, if you touch the pot, you could burn your hand. Oh, okay. Now I know. That's simple, but when we get older, we stop asking why. And so then we start creating we become robotic, right? We become robotic, and then that doesn't help our wisdom, because now we're just getting knowledge without understanding the why, and understanding the knowledge, understanding why this is better, why this is what I should do, and contrary to that, right? The comprehension. So now, and so we must get our child back. We must turn the kid back on in us. The kid that asks the question, why? Ask the kid who's asking the question why. We must turn that part of ourselves. Wake the kid up in you again to become wise. Wake that child up. Work that part of the brain that says, okay, why am I doing it? Just ask yourself, whatever you're doing, your job, whatever you're doing, whatever you're doing, whatever you're going after, just ask your question. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Okay, is it just money? Is it just this? Is it just that? Or is it more? Is it bigger than that? Is it bigger? Ask the question why again. Comprehend what you're doing. Comprehend what you're going after. Seeking the information. Comprehend it. Understand it. Ask, get the why from it. Get the why out of it and understand the why. And so once you have your understanding, you need to apply humility again. So once you have your why, now you need humility again, because remember, humility opens doors. Humility opens doors because now that I have my why, I have to humble myself to apply it. That means I've taken the information, I've taken it, I've understood it. Now it's time to put that information to work. And this is the process of wisdom, where now you don't just have knowledge, you have application. You can apply this knowledge. Excuse me. So this is where we need to go to become wise. We need to have the information, we have to have the comprehension of it, and now we can apply it. Now the things I'm applying is creating a principle, and principles are so beautiful. I love principles because principles make life simple, and I'm a simple person. I try to live by principle as much as possible. I try to live by principle as much as possible. I want to live by principle because once something is established as a principle, it makes life so easy. It takes all the guessing out of the game. It takes all of the guesstimation out. It takes all of the complexities out. And now you've established something as a principle. And now that thing is established. Now I can work to acquire something else to build on my wisdom, to build on my principles. And a principle is an accepted or professed rule of action, rule of conduct. Now you've taken something that you didn't have. Think about how important principles are. Something that you didn't have, you took the information, you understood the information, and once you understood it, you realize, okay, this is better. This is better than what I've been doing. This is the best thing I can do for me, my family, my business, my company, whatever it is. This is the best thing I can do. Now you can apply that. Now it becomes principle. And once something becomes principle, it is established. Now you can start building on top of that. That's how important principles are. Now you can go and get more. You can go and get more. You know, trying to lose weight. When my father passed, I was 220 pounds. I had to lose 40 pounds. I had to lose 40 pounds. And so I had to go on a quest for knowledge. I had to go on a quest. I had to first find out, what heart disease, what's the common symptoms, the common lifestyle habits of people who have heart failure. And then I started learning, man, I'm doing those things. So it's not so much we gotta stop accepting everything though. Oh, it runs in my family. Well, guess what? Your eating habits run in your family, right? And that's what I found out when I searched heart disease. I'm like, man, oh, it's all these unhealthy foods, fast foods, fried foods, not foods from seeds, anything from the earth, not eating that, not exercising, not drinking water. I'm like, those are lifestyle habits, more than just it being hereditary. Those are lifestyle habits. So then I got the information on, okay, what do I need to do now? Then I started applying it. Then I started losing weight. I lost 40 pounds. I lost 30 pounds in 4 months. And so without exercising, I didn't even exercise. That was just eating. So I took that knowledge and then I applied it, and then it became principle. And now that it becomes a principle, now I can start gaining more. Now I can start getting new information and new insight because I got a principle that is established. It is locked in. And so now number 7, that was number 6. Number 6 was application of the knowledge. That's wisdom. Wisdom is applied knowledge, right? But number 7 is humility again. So remember I said you start with humility. Humility opens doors. And guess what? Pride closes doors. Humility opens doors. Pride closes doors. Pride closes doors for the simple fact that pride says, my opinion is superior. So it is the very top. My opinion is the very top. So whatever opinion I have, it's the very top of anything, any information, anything I need. My opinion is the very top. And guess what? If it's the very top, then guess what? Everything else is under it and nothing can get above it. That means nothing can get in. Everything is closed. The door is closed because my opinion is superior. My importance is superior. It's superior to everything else. I'm superior. So pride closes doors. And anything that will close doors will keep anything new out. You'll have what you have. You'll have what you've always had. And but see, humility is the opposite of having superior opinion. That you have a superior of importance. My importance is superior. I'm more important. I'm more important than anybody else, anything else. So humility is the opposite. Humility says, I'm not as significant. Okay, I'm insignificant, and I'm actually wrote down the definition of humility. Look at this. It says a feeling of insignificance, inferiority, subservient, low in rank, low in importance, low in status, low in quality, lowly. What I don't want you to mistake humility for low self-esteem. Humility cannot be mistaken for low self-esteem because low self-esteem is you don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes to even learn something new. I can't take this job because I don't have what it takes to learn. See, that's totally closes things out too. Humility says I can, but I don't know how yet. Or I can, but I can do it good, but I can do it better too. So I need to be better. How can I be better? I'm thirsting for more. Humility leaves you thirsty. It leaves you hungry. It leaves you, hungry to acquire more, right? Pride says I'm all full. There's no room for nothing. There's no room for growth. Humility opens the door for growth. Humility opens the door for growth. And humility is an awesome force for growth because when you have the ability to be humble, humility is an ability. It is a skill. When you have the skill to be humble, when you have the ability to see yourself low in rank, then you'll work hard to learn to go to the next level, to go higher. When you have the ability to see yourself as insignificant, now you have what it takes to want to be more significant, to want to be more of a help to people, more of a help to your family, more of a help to your friends, more of a help to your community. Humility is a skill. It's an ability that leaves you hungry and leaves room for growth. It opens up the door for growth. And now it says, I don't have it all figured out. What's more? And if somebody even says, okay, you're great. And that's why I says humility is the seventh part of the process of wisdom because it leaves the door open. It leaves the door open for more. After you've accomplished something, you say, you know what? I got the information. I understood the information. Now I've applied it. The danger is to becoming prideful. How many people have you seen somebody want to lose weight and girl wanted to lose weight and she lost weight and she's just fine as she want to be but now she's closed herself off. Her humility has been turned off and now she's arrogant now she's walking around better thinking she's better than people. See, that's what happens. And guess what happens? You know what happens when you get to that place where you thinking all that, a fall is coming. A fall is coming. We see it every day. We see it every day. Somebody's working hard to be successful, and they're working, and then they're getting this information, and they're humbling themselves. They're getting mentors, and they're doing this, they're doing that, and then they get there. They get to the pinnacle, and then they start feeling themselves, and we start feeling ourselves and start saying, I'm somebody special. I'm great. You lose that humility, which opens doors, and now you become prideful and arrogant. And that's why I have to say, pride is very subtle. It's not so slap you in the face, punch you in the mouth. It is subtle. It is a subtle thing. It's like, because oh man, I feel good about that. And because we think having a sense of pride, like, I feel good about that. That's healthy because that'll keep you going forward. But when you think I've arrived, that's what closes you off. And now that you've gotten there, then you lose your humility. And then when you lose your humility, you lose your awareness. You lose your alertness. And now you start creeping back to eating them Twinkies and ding dongs and all those different things because I've arrived. I've made it. And now next thing you know, you might have packed on more than what you had before you started the process of wisdom. So I'd say the last stage of wisdom is humility, to realize I still haven't arrived. I'm still not perfect. I'm still hungry. I still have to stay hungry. I can still grow more. I have not arrived. Yes, I have a principle now. Now I can teach this to somebody else. I can go to the next level, and now I'm ready. And so this is the beautiful thing. You must choose you. So choose you. Choose you to lower yourself, even at the end of wisdom, even when you've applied the knowledge. Choose yourself to lower yourself so that you can accommodate newness and bring new things up to you. Bring new information into yourself and take yourself higher so you can take other people higher. So choose you. I hope this helps somebody. Also, humility keeps you unsatisfied. And that's one of the things I think is the key to greatness, is always remaining, yes, grateful for what you've accomplished, happy and excited for what you've accomplished, but also